If you need some inspiration or just want good company, whatever you are looking for, you'll find it here indeed, in meaningful mornings. Meaningful mornings. Meaningful mornings.
Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. At our recent Police Chiefs Inclusion Council meeting, we had a local presenter share what the future of accessibility will be in our region, in our country. And he shared that in 2026, that's only 5 years from now, 16% of Canadians will have a special need. And the point of his presentation is that every citizen, the entire country, should be preparing for this change. How this relates to us. This is a specific challenge that I'm referencing. We have all gone through challenges. We are going to continue to go through challenges, and we should prepare for this. Exactly as Prince Arjuna is doing before his challenge begins. In our last verse, Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjaya, what happened in this conflict? Sanjaya is sharing with Dhritarashtra that Duryodhana is speaking to Drona. And what he has just shared, he is only valuing people who have any worth in reference to him. That is an awful quality, where another person's value is only related to you. I know we've come across such personalities. Sometimes we're like that. This is awful. And the verse is completed with, there are two interpretations or versions. The one I read to you yesterday says, Tataiva cha, which essentially means etc. There are other versions that say, Jayadrataha. He is another personality on the Kaurava side. He is instrumental in Prince Arjuna's son, that is Abhimanyu. He's instrumental in killing him. Okay, so you may see both of those versions. We continue, chapter 1, verse 9. Anye cha bahava shuraha madarte tyakta jivitaha nana shastra praharanaha sarve yuddha visharadaha. the first quarter, Duryodhana shares, and there are many other heroes on our side. In other words, he says, etc. Now, if you study carefully, Duryodhana shares 3 full verses of specific names of those on the Pandava side. And he only shares 1 full verse of names on his side, the Kaurava side. And how this relates to us, when we are agitated, we become forgetful. The quieter our mind, the more we remember. In his agitation, he's looking around and he's only listing the names of those people he can see that are nearby. He's unable to remember the other heroes, their names, on his side. Madarte tyakta jivitaha, and all of these warriors, they have gathered for me, my artha. And what are they doing? Tyakta jivitaha, they are ready to discard their lives for my sake. And some commentators, some teachers have shared, discard is past tense. In other words, they've already discarded their lives. When one associates with Duryodhana, when one is living for the ego, that is not life. That is only sadness. Technically, that is only death. Nana Shastra Praharanaha, this is the 3rd quarter. All of these warriors, they have lots of weapons that they are ready with. Focusing on this word Shastra, do you all remember what I shared a Shastra is? An Astra is that which you let go of, a weapon you shoot. A Shastra is a weapon you hold on to. What we are exploring is a Shastra. A Shastra is a weapon, a short A. If you make that a long A, it becomes a Shastra or a scripture. So make sure you're enunciating this correctly. What do you do in the mornings? We study Shastras. Meaningful mornings will be blacklisted fast. This is a Shastra. It is about fighting our own inner enemies, not fighting outer enemies. And what's very sad is some religions, some teachers use Shastras as Shastras, don't they? Finally, Sarve Yuddha Visharadaha, all of these warriors, they are skilled, they're powerful. Putting all of this together, they are powerful, but power without direction, that becomes dangerous. If Duryodhana is their direction, then this is a dangerous circumstance. For us too, we all have power of action, of words, of thoughts. Without direction, we will just be extrovert. More confusion, more fear. With direction, we will be inward looking. There will be more confidence, more courage. Infusing more philosophy into this verse. Why would someone who's living in a dharmic way succumb to living in a adharmic way? Think of your own life. This compromise is when our knowledge begins to fade. Knowledge about purpose, knowledge about what you're supposed to do with your life. And once knowledge starts to erode, so does our vision. Our vision of how we're supposed to think every day and behave. And once vision starts to decrease, so does utility. We stop finding utility in dharma or being responsible. We start to find utility in adharma or being irresponsible. A very powerful saying in the science of happiness, dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. Those who don't compromise, do not give in to adharma, they are protected by their responsibilities. They feel divine. And remember, this divinity, this sense is not coming from outside. You are feeling this within yourself. Be careful about this sense of compromise. From inspiration to application. Your application yesterday was to train yourself, to orient yourself in studying each verse in quarters. The reason for this application, I want you to have what I was given. I was able to study Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata in a systematic way. And I want you to have the same. Okay? So the training that was shared with me, I'm trying to offer the same to you. Your application for today, I want you to think of a time when you compromised, when you gave up sacrifice and you held on to compromise. Why did you do it? Why did you go from dharma to adharma? Your applications, I'm asking you, I'm saying please, share on our Chinmaya Mission Niagara website. There's more than 400 of you who are gathering for meaningful mornings. And I want to read your reflections. I want to feel you. A beautiful reflection that I just read from one of you. This is Anuradha from Chantilly, Virginia. She's come to realize that her only friend is her own mind and her creator. And that is a deep insight because everyone will eventually disappoint us. But your own mind, your own creator will not. So who should you be hanging out with? Your best friend, that is you. On to announcements. This weekend, President's Day weekend in the States, Family Day weekend in Canada, I'll be teaching at a retreat organized by Chinmaya Mission, San Jose. And what's epic about this is we're approaching 150 registrants, which to my understanding is the biggest Yuvakendra and Setukari retreat that's ever been organized since I've been teaching, which is almost 15 years. And the discourses are going to be made public, meaning for anyone. This will be broadcasted over our Chinmaya Mission Niagara YouTube channel. We will be posting the schedule soon. My point is register for the retreat. If you're in this age category and those who are not, secure the time to be part of these discourses. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be safe, be sound, be serene, be happiness.